Hey guys, it is April from Getting Hugga With It. Today is day 2 of the Sweet Spring Read series, and today we are going to talk about the latest and greatest in thrillers. These are new releases in thrillers that I'm personally very excited about, that I think you might be interested in too. So if you want to know what's just coming out over spring, keep on watching. Book is Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. I received this from Penguin Random House Canada, and it came in this like cute little box with goodies and stuff, and then there was Claire McIntosh's new book, and it looks like so much fun. This is about a woman who has recently become a mother, and I think it's because she's become a mother that the fact that her parents both committed suicide very close together is really starting to come up in her life. She's still working that through, and because she's a new mom, she's kind of wondering why they would commit suicide. Did they commit suicide, or was there something more sinister involved? Another book that is also coming out in March is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. In this book we follow Amber, who's in the hospital, and she's not quite in a coma because she can hear and think for herself. She just can't move, she can't talk, and she doesn't remember what happened that has landed her in the hospital like this, but she has a feeling that her husband has something to do with this. In this book we're going from Amber in the present, she's paralyzed essentially. We're also going back a week before her accident actually happened. And then we also get these diary entries from 21 years ago in her like little childhood diary. It sounds so gripping. I want to read this so badly. So yes, that is Sometimes I Lie. Next up we've got The Favorite Sister by Jessica Knoll. Now Jessica Knoll is a very gritty author. She doesn't shy away from violence in any way, shape, or form. And in this book, we're following 5 very highly successful women, and they start this reality TV show that's set in New York. I think it's called The Gold Diggers. And the producers of this show don't realize that the season finale will end in murder. It sounds like a lot of fun. Like, it almost sounds like something that Liane Moriarty would write, and yet you know, because it is Jessica Knoll, it's gonna be gritty, it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be a little sinister, and I am totally up for that. That one comes out on May 15th. The next book I want to talk to you about is All the Beautiful Lies by Peter Swanson. This comes out on April 3rd. Now, Peter Swanson is the writer of Her Every Fear and The Kind Worth Killing, and I really loved Her Every Fear. I think Peter Swanson might just be a like auto purchase author for me. In this book we're following Harry Ackerson. So Harry's parents split up, and his dad remarried a younger woman. She's very beautiful. Harry seems to get along with her fairly well. And her name is Alice. Now, just before Harry is graduating college, Alice calls her and says, "Your father is dead." And so obviously he rushes home, and he and Alice are kind of working through the funeral arrangements and just the arrangements generally that happen after someone dies. At home, he also happens to meet a young woman named Grace McGowan. He is getting to know her. He has this sense that she might not be an actual stranger and that she might know his family after all. And simultaneously, Alice is starting to act a little strangely with him as well. So this sounds really kind of creepy and weird, and I am totally along for the ride if Peter Swanson wrote this. Next up is The Death of Mrs Westaway by Ruth Ware. This one is coming out on May 29th. I have only read In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I didn't like that book. But this book sounds really fascinating. It also seems like it has this gothic romance element to it, which I don't think is the main vibe that it will actually end up with, but there's just a little hint of it, and I'm excited about this one. So in this book, we're following Hal, and Hal receives a letter that is from a woman who's died, and she has bequeathed her property to Hal. And Hal realizes that she was sent this letter. It was actually meant to go to someone completely different, but she kind of thinks this could work out really well for me. She is a tarot card reader. She can kind of bullshit her way through some stuff, and so she thinks that she can handle this. She goes to this woman's funeral, and at the funeral she starts to realize there's something very strange about this situation and the entire inheritance. And I believe at some point we're going to be going to this estate, which is this grand manor, I believe. And so there's kind of the gothic romance element in there. It sounds really fun. It sounds like a little nod to Daphne du Maurier, which I'm down for. So yes, those are all of the new thrillers coming out this spring. Let me know in the comments below if there are any of these that are really calling out to you, or if there's another thriller coming out this spring that you're more excited about. I would love to know. You know how much I love thrillers. So tomorrow is day 3, and we are going to be diving into elderly characters in books. So I will see you then. Bye guys!